He always forgot things. Birthdays, meetings, even their wedding anniversary once. His wife Sarah used to laugh about it, calling him her absent-minded professor. But this time it wasn't just a date he'd forgotten. It was something far more important. A promise whispered between them years ago. And somehow, in a way he couldn't comprehend, his cat remembered. Mark was a scatterbrained artist. His small apartment was a chaotic symphony of half-finished canvases, splattered paint tubes, and dusty sketchbooks. His only constant companion in this creative mess was Miso, a clever tabby with eyes like polished jade. Every morning, their routine was the same. Mark would stumble out of bed, trip over a misplaced easel, and head for the coffee pot. And every morning, Miso would be perched on the kitchen counter, pouring insistently at a small velvet-covered box. It was a gift, a promise. It held something Mark intended to deliver to Sarah's memorial garden, a quiet little sanctuary just a few blocks away. But life, with its endless deadlines and distractions, kept getting in the way. He'd see Miso nudging the box, feel a pang of guilt, and then a phone call would come in, or a sudden burst of inspiration for a painting would seize him, and the promise would be pushed to the back of his mind. "Tomorrow, Miso," he'd murmur, scratching her behind the ears. "I'll do it tomorrow." But tomorrow never seemed to arrive. The box sat on the counter, a silent, dusty testament to his forgetfulness. Miso, its solitary furry guardian. Days bled into weeks, and the vibrant autumn leaves outside Mark's window turned to a brittle brown. The promise he'd made felt more and more like a distant echo. One particularly dreary Tuesday morning, the rain hammered against the glass, turning the world outside into a grey blur. Mark woke up to an unusual silence. No soft purring by his head, no gentle weight on his chest. "Miso," he called out, his voice thick with sleep. He got up and looked in her usual spots. The sunbeam by the window, now just a patch of grey light. Her favourite armchair, the top of the bookshelf. She was gone. A cold knot of panic tightened in his stomach. He checked the kitchen. Her food bowl was full, untouched, and then he saw it. The counter was bare. The small velvet box was gone too. Panic turned to sheer terror. He threw on a jacket and ran out into the downpour, shouting her name until his voice was raw. He searched the alleyways, the park, under cars, his heart pounding a frantic rhythm against his ribs. Hours passed. He was soaked to the bone, chilled and desperate, the hope draining out of him with every fruitless step. Just as he was about to give up, to turn back to his empty, silent apartment, he saw a flicker of movement near the memorial garden. He ran towards the wrought iron gate, his breath catching in his throat, and there she was, Miso, sitting perfectly still, drenched and shivering, but looking up at him with those knowing jade eyes. And right there, nestled between her paws, was the small velvet box. Mark's knees felt weak. He stumbled through the gate and knelt on the wet gravel, the rain plastering his hair to his forehead. He reached out a trembling hand and picked up the box. He didn't need to open it to know what was inside. It was the charm bracelet Sarah had given him on their first anniversary. Each charm represented a milestone in their life together. A tiny Eiffel Tower for their honeymoon, a miniature paintbrush for his first gallery show, a small silver heart. After she was gone, he'd made a vow. He promised he would bring it here, to her garden, every year on this exact date, the day they first met. It was their ritual of love, a way to keep her close. He looked from the bracelet to Miso, who simply blinked slowly, as if to say, "It's time." A sob caught in Mark's throat, and hot tears mixed with the cold rain streaming down his face. He pulled his little cat into his arms, burying his face in her damp fur. "You remembered," he whispered, his voice cracking. "You remembered when I couldn't." He held her tight, the weight of the past few weeks, the guilt, the grief, all of it washing away in the steady rhythm of the rain. In that moment, surrounded by the scent of wet earth and roses, holding his loyal friend, he felt Sarah's presence more strongly than he had in years. From that day forward, things changed. Mark never forgot again, and he didn't have to. Every year on that same day, as the first rays of dawn painted the sky, Miso would be waiting for him by the front door. She'd lead the way, her tail held high, to the memorial garden gate. She'd sit patiently as Mark placed the bracelet among the flowers, a silent shared ritual. They continued this tradition, even as Mark grew older, his steps slower, his hair turning the color of ash. Miso too grew grey around her muzzle, her movements less spry, but her jade-green eyes never lost their knowing glint. Their bond was a quiet testament to a simple, profound truth: that love, once truly shared, creates a memory so powerful it can never be lost. It weaves itself into the fabric of our lives, carried on not just in our own hearts, but in the hearts of those who love us. Because true love never forgets, even when humans do. Thanks for watching. If this story touched your heart, please like and subscribe for more tales of connection.